Good evening and welcome to the Poliscope on Dominion Television, the platform where we take a deeper look at governance, policy, and the issues shaping Nigeria's democracy. Across the country, citizens are increasingly asking tough questions about the kind of democracy we practice. Elections come and go, leaders emerge, but many Nigerians still wonder whether their voices are truly reflected in government decisions and policies. So tonight, we examine a critical question. Do Nigerians truly feel represented? And if not, what needs to change for democracy to work better for the people? And joining us to discuss this particular important issue is Oloye Ademola Oyepejuara, a chieftain of the Accord Party in Oyo State and a House of Representatives hopeful for Oluyole Federal Constituency. He was also widely known for his philanthropic work as the brain and financial muscle behind the ARA Foundation and Empowerment Initiative, a platform that has supported many people through empowerment and community development programs. So, sit back and relax. Samson Balogun is my name. A quick overview of what the show is about this evening. At the heart of every democracy lies representation, the idea of simple but powerful. Citizens elect individuals who will speak on their behalf, protect their interests, and influence policies that affect their daily lives. So in Nigeria, the National Assembly, particularly the House of Representatives, is designed to embody this principle, with 360 members representing federal constituencies across the country. The House of Representatives is meant to be the closest arm of federal legislature to the people. Members are expected to bring grassroots concerns to the national stage, from infrastructure to education to security, economic opportunities, and social welfare. However, over the years, many Nigerians have expressed concerns about a growing disconnect between the elected representatives and the electorate. Questions are often raised about accessibility, constituency engagement, and how effectively lawmakers translate the needs of their people into legislation, oversight, and development projects. For many citizens, democracy appears to begin and end at the ballot. Once elections are over, the feeling of representation sometimes fades, leaving voters wondering whether their voices still matter in the corridors of power. This is why conversations around accountability, responsiveness, and grassroots engagement are becoming more important in Nigeria's political discourse. The House of Representatives play a critical role, not only in making laws, but also in oversight and government institutions, approval of budgets, and advocating constituency interests at the federal level. So, when this role is performed effectively, democracy becomes meaningful. Citizens see tangible impact and trust in governance. But when representation is weak or distant, democracy risks becoming procedural rather than participatory. It is within this context that individuals aspiring to represent their constituencies must articulate how they intend to bridge the gap between government and the governed. And my guest tonight, Oloye Ademola Oyepejuara, who is seeking to represent the Oluyole federal constituency, believes representation should go beyond legislative duties to include community development, empowerment, and direct engagement with the people. So, through our foundation and empowerment initiatives, he has carried out programs aimed at improving livelihoods and supporting grassroots communities. Efforts, he believes, reflect the kind of responsive leadership many Nigerians expect from their representatives. Tonight, we'll examine these broader questions. What does true representation really mean in Nigeria's democracy? How can members of House of Representatives better connect with their constituencies? And what practical steps can be taken to strengthen accountability and public trust in governance? Oloye Ademola Oyepejuara, good to have you in the studio.
Yeah, good to have you too. Thank you. Good evening. And I'm happy to be here. May God bless you, my host, and may God bless Dominion TV and all the staffs. May God bless Oli local government, Oli federal constituency, Oyo State, and Nigeria at large.
Quite interesting. And I'm also
Ademola Yopejuara is my name.
Okay, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
This is the Poliscope. Okay, yeah. I must also say, greet you for the Ramadan is currently ongoing, and of course, as an active Muslim, we must understand that to breaking the fast is quite close. So,
of course,
good to have in the studio, and we'll make this as interesting as possible. Let's discuss representation.
Okay.
And when we talk about representation, people have asked so many questions, especially Nigerians, the bulk of whom think their voices are not being heard and their votes do not count. And even if it does count, it's more or less like tokenism rather than representation. Perhaps disappear for 3 years, and after that they come back and then they buy everybody over and then get another slot, an opportunity to represent again. So in your own context, what does true representation mean?
Yeah, in a short word, the true representation means to find a good representative to represent the people of his or her constituency, to represent them in the presence of the law, the presence of the Nigeria state, the presence of Mr. President, the senators and the rep, the presence of all Nigeria, to let their voice be heard in Abuja. So that is good representation in a brief definition. But let's dive into it. The problem, like you just said now, the problem is not the person in charge. I think, or let me say, I guess the problem is we, the voters. We are the one, the tone, or let me say, the word or the terminology whereby people say that our votes don't count. It's not it. It's a lie. It's a big lie. If our votes...
So votes do count?
If yes, votes do count. If our votes do not count, there won't be a huge budget to facilitate for an election. So it means that our votes do count. So, and the reason why those words are being orchestrated by the weak politicians, they want to use those words to weak our people,
to disenfranchise them.
Exactly. So that they will lose hope, they will lose focus about the vote. They know that if you have a very high turnout to vote, so there is probability that they will not win the election, and there's probably that the rigging aspect of it may not be possible. So, but when they have weakened their heart, so people will definitely have a very low turnout on election day, and there will be a possibility for their rigging system. That is what is, the definition of our votes do not count. Our votes do count, and I'm using this opportunity to urge our people to come out en masse to vote on election day. What will count is vote, nothing else.
Okay, now let's now do an x-ray of the current crop of reps we have in Nigeria and those we have had in the past. Okay. How would you rate Nigeria as a country, especially when it comes to bridging the gap between the people and governance, and what role as representatives play in all of this?
Yeah, even if I would rate Nigeria in terms of representation, I would say maybe we're like 7.5%. And I have my reason for that. Because majority of representatives we are having currently, they are representing some certain people, big wigs in their party, and at the same time, they are representing their party, not the people.
The people. So what's the difference between representing the people or what is just representing the party and some big wigs in the party?
Yes, you know, party is just a platform. The people,
like a vehicle.
Yes, like a vehicle that will lead you to where you're going. So the people are the major reason why the representative, you know, are being created. So the government, the national government need a representation, you know, from the grassroots, from each constituency to come to Abuja to bring what is paining their people to the table of the governors so they can share what belongs to them through their representative. So, but now we can see how people are playing it. So the party have their own share on whatever you are getting from Abuja. And some big wigs, they will be the one to bring you in. They will buy a village for you from that constituency. They will try to manipulate everything. They will use whatever.
Just so you can claim you are from that place.
Yeah, exactly. So, and after them, they will be the one you will be worshipping with whatever you are getting from.
Isn't that God federalism through the back door?
Yes, even we cannot even call that a God. It's a wickedness, a complete wickedness. It's an evil act, because Godfatherism, we can be actually defined in different way. So, but this one is a wicked act. That's the only word we can use for that, because what's meant for, according to 2006 census, population census, I think we have over 202,000 population in Oluwole local government. Now, over 200,000 people are living somewhere, and people like 20 to 25 people are sharing what's meant for them.
It's
a wickedness. It's a complete wickedness. That is not even about Godfatherism. It's an evil act. And those people that who are involved in that action, that kind of action, I don't think they will make this hurt, nor even talk about heaven. Yes, they deserve everything evil too, to pay them back. And this is exactly what I'm seeing, what I'm perceiving, what I'm realizing from the how everything is going in politics. And this is exactly what prompted me to venture into politics.
So you have made several attempts to represent your people. At the point you wanted to be a member of the Oyo State House of Assembly.
Of course.
And at the point you changed your mind and then you decided to do something else. So what prompted you to now think it would be better to go to the federal level rather than do it at the state level?
Well, thank you very much. You know, when I contested for assembly, it's not that I don't have the capability, or maybe the my capability status is low. I was capable as well to go for the federal level, but then, you know, there are way of doing things. When you want to enter a place, for instance, maybe a staircase or a duplex, you have to take the step from the beginning. You don't have to jump if you don't want to fall. But that's attempt, not about the, you know, I didn't make it to the assembly, but I think
valuable experience.
God bless you. I have accumulated a lot of experiences in terms of politics.
And you now know how that works.
And I know the works very well. And this is exactly what prompted me and what made me to make this decision of porting from APC to the Accord Oyo State.
Okay, now, you just mentioned, I was about to ask you the question, but then you just mentioned that you have left the All Progressives Congress, which is the ruling party at the federal level, to join Accord Party. Okay, they now call Accord now, it's no longer Accord Party. Okay. Accord. Now, you just joined Accord. And what was the reason behind your switching from one political party to the other? And then, does the party ideology, does it align at any point?
No, you know, as someone who was brought up not from a silver spoon, I got no connection. The only connection I got is my God. So there are ways to do things in life. Even to make a successful life, you need to plan very well, because an adage says, "He who fail to plan, he who fail to plan to fail." So I don't want to fail. This was why I switched from APC to, because there is no any opportunity for the nobody's children in APC. Yes, the APC as a platform was designed for the we.
So are you saying selection process is cult-like in the APC?
Definitely, that is exactly what APC is being established on. If you are not a child of a big wig politician,
a child of a
leader
of the party,
or leader of the party, not even just a leader,
and you are stupendously rich.
Yes. So even if you're rich, they're gonna collect all your money, all your richness, all your wealth, and you go back to the trenches. That is what APC has been designed for. Once you're not a governor, children, a minister, current or serving, or ex-minister or anything, if you're not among them, your chance is very low, below 1% in APC.
So to get
to the top in APC is a very difficult thing. That is it.
We have also seen people who have actually come from different backgrounds also getting tickets in the APC.
You can actually mention
how does
them.
that work?
You can actually mention them, and I will give you the details about them, because it is my party, and I've been.
How long have you been a member of the APC?
I've been. I never. From my father. My father was an APC, and since then it's APC. I inherited APC. Yes, it was not APC. We know how progressive it has been designed. So APC. I've never done any party before.
From AC, AD,
from
ACN.
Yes, exactly. So that is where we're coming from. So, but since then, the platform is designed to enrich the rich people, not to bring people from the lower background to the top. It's not designed to do that. You can never. Those people that felt like they are having sense of belonging among the APC people, I think they are just being used to do many things. They can never volunteer the seat or the top seat for any one of them.
Okay, so some people have claimed that they only see their legislators or reps during elections, and after that they suddenly disappear. So how can representatives rebuild trust in the people?
They would disappear, because a Yoruba adage says, so when you see a person with a bone leg, and that person carries a load on his head, and the load now
is bent.
So you will definitely look at the background. What caused the load to bend? But you are checking at the load. Why the load? It's not the neck, but from the leg. So now, the problem is that, like I said from the beginning, you have your money. They brought you down to a constituency or a local government. You were not from there initially. You see everything as a market, as a business. You ventured, you invested into that business, and you've purchased whatever you want to buy from them. You've bought it. So now, in your mind now, you have successfully, you have become a successful business person, and you find yourself in Abuja. What else do you want to go and do? Okay, let's say you go to the market now to buy whatever they are selling there, and after you bought the market, are you going to go back to the person who sold the market to you and say thank you for what you did, because you paid for what you bought? So now, the only way we can change it is to let our children lead our constituency. So whenever or if you are not from there, go to wherever we are practicing the same politics in everywhere. So where you were born, go back there and represent them. Live where you were not born.
Okay. Now, we can have the studio lines on the screen so that we'll lay that out, and then we get some calls on this show as this show progresses. Okay. The studio line to dial is +234 916 5122 000. +234 916 5122 000. So you can have the studio lines on the screen, and then when the time comes to pick calls on the show, we'll definitely take them. Now, let's look at politics and representation. These are two things that have been going hand in hand in Nigeria as a country. Yesterday there was a judgment delivered at the High Court in Abuja, and the Federal High Court in Abuja, that nullified the convention that was had in Ibadan by the People's Democratic Party. We are linking these to incidences that might happen in all political parties. And of course, let's listen to Executive Governor of Oyo State, Engineer Abiodun Oluwaseyi Makinde, in his response to the judgment that was delivered at the Federal High Court yesterday. We'll be back shortly.
It's a challenging period for us. It's also a challenging period for democracy in Nigeria. I've been talking to people of knowledge, people who have been involved in the political evolution of this country, and none of them have seen a political landscape that is close to what we're witnessing today. I can only say, on behalf of, well, we're only two remaining, but we're not bothered. I can say personally, and on behalf of my chairman, that when the story of this period is told, and when the story of democracy in Nigeria is told, they will find us on the side of the people.
Correct side, that is true. Correct side.
So please, I can only say that this period will also go away. It will pass away. So whatever role we want to play as individuals and collectively as a party, we must be conscious of what history is going to record against or for us for this period. And I'll leave you with a short remark. I'm sure it's from the Holy Book. I don't know where it is in the Quran, but in the Bible, I know where it is. And what I want to say is that weeping may endure for the night, but in the morning, joy cometh.
Thank you very much. Message of hope, and His Excellency has reminded us.
That was the message of hope from His Excellency, Engineer Abiodun Oluwaseyi Makinde, yesterday. As of January 2026, PDP had 4 governors, and that was Governor Seyi Makinde of Oyo State, Bala Mohammed of Bauchi, Amadu Umar Fintiri of Adamawa, and Dauda Lawal of Zamfara. On Monday, Dauda Lawal left the party and joined the APC. Before then, Amadu Umar Fintiri also left of Adamawa State. Only 2 governors left in the PDP, and that is Seyi Makinde and Bala Mohammed. Those were the governor and vice governor, of course, pardon me, the governor of Oyo State happened to chairman of PDP Governors Forum. And those were the chairman and vice chairman of that committee. Only 2 of them left in the party. But the big question is, all governors are moving into one direction. Okay, we still have one more, and that is Alex Otti in Abia State, who belongs to the Labour Party. So if all governors... Anambra State. They have, and the 2 of them have boldly declared their intention to support President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So it is safe to say they align with the party at the center. So if they have all the governors in their pocket except these 2, what happens to your own chances of winning an election in Nigeria if APC has everyone in the pocket?
Thank you so much. You know, politicians, majority of them are lazy. So they don't want to work, they just want to eat.
They want to return for free.
Yeah, that is exactly what is happening. You know, when you have your statistic, okay, for instance, in Oluolu local government, let's assume we do have like 100,000 votes to win an election. And you as a person, you want to contest, and you know that, okay, you can deliver over 50% on your own effort. On your own effort as an aspirant or as a candidate. You know you can actually deliver your constituency. What else do you want to align with someone else for? So, but because they just want to, they believe, every politician believes in rigging and Abuja power. And you see that Asiwaju that you're saying is a smart politician. And he knows very well whether you are a good politician, you're good enough to win, deliver your polling unit, your state or your constituency for him. So if he sees, he notices that this person is a lazy politician, it will actually, because it will never disown you, will never say, don't come. He allows everybody to come, but he knows how to play his game, and he recognizes his own midfielders, strikers, and defenders. So you can never join them, you can never be among them when he knows that you have nothing to put to the table. You have nothing to bring to the table. So
the president is poaching them because he knows what they can bring to the table come 2027?
Of course. And at the same time, if you're sure, you can assure yourself that, okay, this my polling unit, I can deliver it. This my constituency, I can deliver, my local government, I can deliver it. What will prompt you to go and align with another person? It's not about they want to align with the power, central power. It's about majority of them are lazy. I like and I love the boldness of Governor Seyi Makinde. He stands on his word. He stands all alone on his word. I love his boldness.
He has nothing to lose. He's not returning to the government house.
It doesn't matter. There are many of them that have nothing to lose, but they have aligned with the central power. They just want to be in that power for free. They don't want to work. If you actually want to work based on analysis, based on statistics, you know how many millions of votes you can deliver in your state. And what else do you do in that state? What extra effort have you tried to put in place?
How about talking about challenges currently being faced by the major opposition party in Nigeria, which is the PDP? They are currently in crisis. And some analysts have said that any serious candidate contesting for an election, especially at this time, should not pitch his or her tent with the PDP.
Yeah, that one on its own is something different from the context of the topic. If it is about the crisis, we all know that the PDP currently has no judgment from the Supreme Court yet. So, and it's only the Supreme Court that can decide what. And I think before the case can move to the Supreme Court, maybe the deadline, the INEC deadline and everything has been passed. So I don't think it is advisable to align with PDP or to contest under PDP now. But the problem we're having on ground it's not about the crisis. Before the PDP having their crisis, we have been seeing some lazy people
leaving their
party for APC. So what I'm saying, I'm not saying something is bad about people leaving one party to the other. I'm not saying, but majority of them are lazy. They just want to use the platform. Okay, it is Tinubu that will finance us. It is Abuja that will finance us. It is they are not ready to work. That is why majority of them are aligning. I see many people also saying that Tinubu vote will eventually tsunami will eventually. So those are the things they are saying, and they will rig and they will use clinical power. Those things are become thing of the past.
But the tsunami helped some people in 2015.
Yes, because the lazy one is contesting against the lazy one. Yes, it will happen. When you know how to do your assignment very well, that is why I said, the votes do count. You have to do your assignment and you know where you're voting from. You should know the statistic of the environment. That is what you will work on. So there is nothing like clinical will affect clinical. Do your assignment very well and go to the field. Defend your vote. What else are you expecting? To be victorious. Yes. So there's nothing like tsunami here. If there is one serious candidate against the lazy one, nothing like tsunami.
Okay, we'll now take questions on social media, and then we'll take some calls on this show. But before we do that, let's go on a quick break. And when we return, the Poliscope continues on Dominion Television. We'll be back after this time out. Alright, welcome back. The show is still the Poliscope on Dominion Television, Ibadan. Alright, let's take this particular one. That is Dele from Oluyole. It says, do our lawmakers at the national and state assemblies truly reflect the interests of the people who elected them? I think you spoke about this. But then, one thing you have not spoken about is, if no, what will you do differently if you are elected in Oluyole local government?
Okay, thank you so much. What I will be doing differently, if I'm lucky and I'm elected as the next rep representing the good people of Oluyole local government, I will be their voice in Abuja.
Oh.
Yes. I know because I'm from the trenches. I'm a son of the soil. And
most politicians say this thing you have seen.
No, the different.
We have seen the politician that said he once had no shoe. Some said he had just one wristwatch. And then eventually.
No. The difference is clear because I will never say what is not reality. I will always say the truth. The difference is clear because majority of people of Oluyole know me very well. They know my background and they know where I come from. So I'm not a Londoner. I'm not an Americaner. So I came from the trenches, among them, from them. My family occupies Oluyole, the entire 10 wards in Oluyole local government. So there's nowhere I'm running to. I know what, even different ward, I know where the good road is needed. I know where good school is needed. Schools. I know where good water is needed. I know where every challenge is facing the good people of Oluyole local government will be touched and be fixed by the special grace of Almighty God. So I'm not like the past ones because you can never defend the people that are not yours.
Okay, there are several tools with which reps do communicate with the people, which in the last few years, people have not really seen the effect of that, or probably it has been put to rest. People no longer go through that channel. And that is constituency offices, town hall meetings, and community consultations. These are ways to get across to the people. So why is it that representatives of today rarely do all of this?
I don't think so. They do. I said they are lazy. Majority of them are lazy. They are lazy people. They can do. You don't expect anything from them. Okay, let me put this out of your phone now. You see, in Abuja, representatives, you will be the one to work your ass off on whatever your people need. You can never sit in your office and expect people to. You'll be surprised when you see some rep member doing a lot of things, the roads in their community, in their constituencies, and doing a lot of empowerment in their. But you see your own doing nothing. You understand? You don't expect them to bring it to his or her office. It is them that who's supposed to fight for it, go extra mile for their people. But because they don't have the heart, they don't have the heart to serve their people. That is why they are lagging behind. That constituency will be lagging behind. So exactly what I'm trying to say is that if I am elected, I will make sure everything, I will work my ass off to make sure that representation of my people is my first priority in Abuja. It's not by sitting down, relaxing, and be eating Abuja money.
I think we have a caller. Let's pick this call. Hello. 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 Good evening. Yes, we can hear you clearly. Hello. Yes, we can hear you. Please go ahead. Hello. Please endeavor to call us back. It looks like the network is a little bit shaky. We'll take more calls. And the studio line to dial is +234 916 5122 000. +234 916 5122 000. Okay, you can watch us on Naval Satellite, free to air. You get to watch us there, and you can also link up with us on all social media platforms. We are still going to take more calls and comments on this show, but then let's talk about other issues being raised by the people. What practical steps can lawmakers take to ensure constituency projects truly reflect the needs of the people? You just mentioned that you know where all these things are. Does it mean that reps don't know where it is, or that they only decide to do what they feel like is right per time?
Like I said, I've said it now. The ability to facilitate it is their problem. They just want to sit idle. They want to eat the money. They don't want to do any job. Their own is to just put on Ankara, do feferity, go party, go do nonsense, and do 10 million naira empowerment. You know, if you want to work, you know how to work. My people need something. I must make sure I'm their representative in Abuja. I must make sure that everything is being facilitated. I'm not here. I will not be in Abuja and be sitting, you know, to eat more the 3 square meal and go to party and event. That is not. They don't want me in that gathering. What I'm being elected for is to work my ass off to make sure the problem of my people is fixed.
Okay, we have another caller.
Okay.
Just hold your thought a little bit. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening. Hello, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
I just want to please say me in Yoruba.
We can hear you clearly.
Okay, láti Abanla láàrin àwa ti pè.
Okay.
For days.
Thank you. Please, your question.
Àwọn tí wọ́n ti ṣe olórí wa ní ètò ìdìbò tó kọjá tó sì wà bẹ́ẹ̀ ń sìn. Àwọn ò rọ́wọ́jà wọn. Ẹ̀yin lẹ́dẹ̀ tún sọ wípé ẹ máa ṣe gbá ẹ máa ṣàwò yìí. Àwọn ó ti sọ àwa ọ̀rọ̀ ètò ìdìbò ìlú yìí ti sú wa. A lọ dìbò àdẹ̀ ní rí ọwọ́jà ẹ̀yin olóṣèlú. Ẹ̀yin lẹ́dẹ̀ sọ pé ẹ máa ṣe dáadáa fún wa yìí. Kí ni ìdánilójú pé lóòótọ́ lẹ́ ṣe dáadáa fún wa? Mo sì ló ń pè láti Àbànlá Olóńdè. Ẹ ṣé o.
All right, thank you. The Honorable will take that question.
You see that Abanla that he said, God bless the caller. You see that Abanla that he just mentioned, and the Olonde. That's my village. It's my village also. So there's no how I'll be in office without doing something tangible in that place. Because how do you want me to be feeling going there back, maybe after office or during that the tenure, my tenure in office, without seeing the Abanla Olonde Ward 8 of Oluyole local government being developed? This is exactly what I'm saying. If our children in Oluyole have been the one representing us, the development will be different. The things will be done differently. But because of the issues happening at the background, that's exactly the kind of problem we're facing currently in Oluyole local government. Let our children be the one to represent us. Okay. They know exactly what we want.
That actually aligns with a comment we have on YouTube. It says, Adex 1978 on YouTube says, young Nigerians form the majority of the population in Oluyole, one of the biggest local governments. Do they truly have a voice in governance? What will you do to better the lives of youths in Oluyole local government?
Yes, thank you, and God bless the person. You know, I'm a youth as well. So if I'm doing something, nobody else can represent the youth more than me. And every day in my activities, we all know how much I cherish the youth. So what I will do differently to empower the youth, first and foremost, I'll make sure Oluyole becomes the major technology market. Yes, I'll make sure I expose the people of Oluyole, the young people of Oluyole, to the space of technology. Yes, advanced technology, not just technology, advanced technology. I know how to do that, and I know how to facilitate many CBT centers to make sure Oluyole kids are being equipped, and not just equipped, they will make sure they can produce. They will be the producers, not just consumers. That is exactly what I will be doing. And I will empower the youth beyond what they can imagine. Education, there's no any university in Oluyole. I'll make sure the government university in Oluyole, I'll make sure I facilitate a very equipped and modern university in Oluyole.
You have just spoken about empowerment.
Yes.
And that brings us to the kind of empowerment you have seen in recent times in Nigeria, especially from this locality. You have seen people distribute grinding machine. You have seen them distribute sewing machine and so many other things that you would really ask questions about. Are they truly empowerment, or they are just plunging the people further into abject poverty?
Those people are very funny, because like I said, I will continue saying it, they are very lazy. Majority of them have nothing upstairs. They have nothing to add. They have no value to add to this community. They just want to be fine, to eat well, and to enjoy the national cake. No initiative. Let me cite an example to that. For instance, now, we have been voting in Oluyole local government where over 150,000 voters are living. The ready to vote people are living.
Registered voters?
No, ready to vote. Those people that have been matured to vote. Okay. We are up to 150,000 in Oluyole local government. And since 1999, we have never earned over 30,000 votes on election day. Why? And you will see people making out, hey, we are the big wig in Oluyole local, we are this, we are that.
Biggest local government in Oyo State.
What are those people doing in grassroots? Just than to make mouth and pay 300 and 500 now for people to come en masse, to come and meet them, so that they can see that they have crowd. They don't work in grassroots. You understand me now? And now we have worked in the grassroots to increase the population of voters in Oluyole local government. That is when you know serious person that are ready to vote, to contest. You understand me now? That's number one. Number two is that, you see, these people that we're talking about, they don't like to work. They just like to eat. They are not ready to work. And we all know that. Another thing is that, look at Oluyole local government, we have 10 wards. We can actually have like 100 kids of Oluyole working in Abuja, in different entities. We can do it. We can facilitate works for them. government work for them, government job for them. You can secure it. It is simply done by, I have a friend who also a rep member in Abuja. We do discuss, and he said there are many people selling the slots given to them.
To outsiders.
To outsiders.
And not given to constituents.
Yes, that meant those things meant for their constituents, but they sold it to outsiders.
Okay, kindly hold your thought a little bit. Let's pick another phone call.
Okay.
Hello.
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 We are calling from Idiayure.
Idiayure, okay.
Okay. I just want to say thank you to our incoming rep.
Okay.
We want to know if your promises are valid, because we trust that you will represent us well. Please, what if you are not chosen as primary? What will you do? Thank you.
Okay, I think that was just someone trying to say one or two about the Honorable. We have this one from Facebook, and that is from, okay, Muibat. I think that's pretty much the same as what we just listened to on the phone call. Okay, there are so many insinuations across town about political parties in Nigeria. And now that you are a member of Accord, what's the different thing your political party is bringing to the table in Oyo State? The
different thing we are bringing to the table in Oyo State, first, is accountability. Accountability is the most important thing. In Nigeria now, you are too free to fraud people. You are too free to do anything in government. So because nobody, okay, how many rep have come to all have a very social base to analyze, okay, this constituency allowance I collected for 2026 or 2025, and this is how I spent it. How many of them can do that? They can never do that. Because how do you want to tell me that you collect 10,000 naira and 9,000 naira is being spent on to take care of the party leaders? You understand? So the lack of accountability is exactly what is ruining our government.
So if that is not to be done in your political party, how do you fund your political party?
Thank you so much. You know, the money politics is being practiced for
in
Nigeria for a while. And what has been the gain? We are still crying. We collect money, they do business, they invest, they make money, a whole lot of money from us, and they run away. So that's the system. But this time around, you can see, look at when Guba aspirant, Dr. Oriyomi Hamzat, look at when he declared his intention to run for the race at Liberty Stadium. Look at how people come out en masse. People voluntarily, they do the cab, they do the souvenirs, everything for themselves from their money. Nobody else have done that before, except Abiola, MKO Abiola. That is the only person who people truly, voluntarily devoted their time, the money, the resources for in the history of Nigeria. Nobody else can achieve that except Dr. Oriyomi Hamzat. That is when you know that people are ready. You know, it is not about money. Give them money, they will collect it, and yet they will vote whomever they see that is bringing something better to the land.
Okay, shortly before we go, let's take another phone call before we go this evening. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, good evening. I can hear you clearly.
Yeah, good evening. I would say a big job you are doing here.
Thank you.
Amazing job, and I'm so grateful to have an opportunity to speak to you. I just want to ask a few questions, and I've not seen this man before, and he has been talking about, you know, when he gets to office, he's going to do this, he's going to do that. That's the same old story, you know, we hear from our politicians. And without being in power, has he done anything for the people of Oluyole without being in power? What achievement has he done? Are they familiar with him? You know, Oluyole is like the biggest, or one of the biggest in the city of Ibadan, definitely, when it comes to local government area. So what exactly has he done for the people of Oluyole without being in office? Because we know that some politicians, you know, would have done one or two things for schools, for hospital. What has he done? And we don't really know him
to trust him to be in office for the people of Oluyole. Thank you so much.
All right, sir. Thank you.
So the mistake from the caller is that the caller did not introduce himself. Oh. So definitely it will be the one to, maybe it's a stranger in Oluyole, because if you are a biological son of Oluyole local government, you will have known me. Yes, because I'm a son of the soil, like I said. I was born and raised in Oluyole local government. I'm not a foreigner. I'm a village boy from Alata village, Ward 5, the heartland of Oluyole local government. So I'm a known person, and my family people cut across the 10 wards of Oluyole local government. So if someone now come in saying that he does not know me, definitely that person may be the one that is not popular in Oluyole local government, And what I've done so far, it is known to everybody. Even you can actually put my name online, Google it, you will see different. I do empowerment almost every time. That's different that people don't understand. You understand me now. Majority of people doing things in Oluyole as a politicians, they do it after the office. They have the money, the government money. You can't compare it with, I'm a businessman. I'm the chairman of Alwajis International Nigeria Limited, and I'm the little I'm earning. Even during the COVID-19, you can check the Oyo State donors during the COVID-19. I contributed personally to the government of Oyo State, and my company also contributed. You understand?
Hello, can you hear me? Good evening.
So, hello, good evening. Please hold your thought a little bit.
All right, my name is Ola, calling from Muslim. Can you hear me?
Okay. Ola from Muslim.
Hello, my name is
Ola from Muslim. We can hear you clearly. Hello?
So I just want to ask him a quick question.
Okay,
so what advice does he have for the youth? Because we all know youth are the leaders of tomorrow.
Okay.
What does he have for the youth?
All right, sir. Thank you so much.
We are even the leader of today. We are no more leaders of tomorrow. So
okay.
that is kind of tricky. When late President Buhari started ruling Nigeria at the age of 27, and you want to tell someone that is even above 30 years, 40 years, that is the leader of tomorrow. What time is tomorrow? What is coming after today? So is it after when? That is why you will see 60 years old person contesting to become youth leader in APC. You understand? So this is the kind of tricky language. We are the leader of today, not tomorrow, my brother. And what I will be doing differently, I think I've said it on this program. So I've mentioned it earlier. So you can actually watch it over. So we'll not start from there again. No, back to our discussion. Oluyole is part of what I have contributed a lot through my foundation. Maybe that person, like I said, the person did not even know me. You understand? So I'm the chairman of our foundation and empowerment initiative, and through my foundation, I've done a lot. You can actually check.
Which is the fact is online.
Yeah, the fact is online. It's not hidden. You understand? So, and you don't expect me to spend the money I don't have.
An active politician.
You understand? Those people in office now, ask them their contribution before becoming what they have become.
Honestly, you would have to come back on this show so we can stretch some of this talking points a little bit. But our time is fast spent on the show.
No problem.
This evening we simply have to go. But then definitely you will have to be back on this show.
No problem. No problem. God will spare our lives.
Thank you, Honorable Wara, for joining us on the show.
Thank you so much, Dominion TV. Thank you, my host.
Now, it has been an engaging and thought-provoking conversation tonight on the Poliscope, as we examined the question, do Nigerians truly feel represented in our democracy? Our discussion highlights an important reality. Democracy is not only about elections. It is about continuous engagement, accountability, and responsiveness to the people. When citizens feel heard and represented, democracy becomes stronger. When leaders remain connected to their constituencies and prioritize the need of the people, then governance becomes more meaningful and impactful. We appreciate our guest, Oloye Ademola Oyekweju Ara, an Accord Party chieftain in Oyo State and a House of Representatives hopeful for Oluyole Federal Constituency, for sharing his perspectives and insights with us tonight. Thank you for joining us on the Poliscope on Dominion Television. I am Samson Balogun, and until next week, Wednesday, by 6 p.m., remember, that democracy works best when the voice of the people remains at the center of governance. Good night from here. Bye for now.